So good evening, everybody. You're welcome to today's technical market forecast for the 7th of July 2024, brought to you by Trading Pro. As we all know, Trading Pro is a multi-award international financial services provider with a presence now in Nigeria at number 2, Twin Allen Roundabout. So without wasting so much of our time, let's look at what we have going into the economic calendar for tomorrow. So going into tomorrow's economic calendar, we have 10 a.m. core CPI for the euro. This is going to be high impact news, so we need to be very, very much aware of that. Then by 2:30, we have the Fed chairman is going to be speaking. Let's see if he's speaking okay, due to participate in a panel discussion titled, okay, since they labeled it high impact, any comment he says has a way of causing a little bit of panic in the market or a reaction. So we need to be aware of that. So these are the high impact news we have tomorrow, going into tomorrow. That's for Asia and London, then going into New York. So as always, we're going to start off our pairs with the Euro GBP, US 100, the dollar index, Euro USD, GBP USD, gold, pound yen, and euro yen. So as you know, we had a New York session forecast. So we're going to go over our New York session forecast and see how it played out and if the market is still in line with our prediction. So we're going to start off with the Euro GBP for the British pound. It's going to be really, really heavy. So as always, we're going to start off with the Euro pound going into this new week. If we look at it from the monthly, we have a long. So if we go down to the daily time frame, for this week, the draw is going to be this imbalance here, all this here. So that's where price most likely might try to feel. If price feels it and doesn't move the opposite direction, then price might be coming in towards this area. So if we look at where price is now, if we go back to the Euro GBP, if we go back to the Euro GBP, if we look at the daily time frame, if you notice, price has come up to that level. Now, due to the fact that we have the European CPI tomorrow, the possibility exists that, because if you look at this, this was yearly low. This is the low for last year, 2023's low. Somebody is saying my screen is blurry. Is my screen still blurry? Hello? Somebody said my screen is blurry. Okay, Mr. Nyebuchi Gift, you can hear the response. I think you should adjust your screen resolution or something. So if we look at price has gotten up to the area we anticipated. But we have CPI tomorrow for the Eurozone, and we have this low for last year. If you notice, when price broke out of it, there has been no retest of it. So this might most likely be a break and retest. That was why I said price may come up here. So going into tomorrow, it might still extend. And the levels we'll be watching is this low at 84.38 and this high at 85.40. So this is where you'll be watching for bearish evidence and a move back to the downside. Because if you look at this pair on the daily time frame, it's bearish. What we have is a bearish move. So this might just be a retracement before a continuation back to the downside. The possibility exists that price may sweep 85.40. before moving back to the downside. So we need to be aware of that. So go for the Euro GBP, we might see Euro strength going into Asia and London. So the next we're going to be looking at the US 100. So looking at the US 100, we're going to look at what our forecast was on it going into the New York session and how it has played out. So that will give us an idea. Swing low here, which points to the fact that price may be trying to move into the range of, has a swing low here, which points to the fact that price may be trying to move into the range of 0.8493 and doesn't move the opposite direction. So that's probably going to be it rejected price, which points and has created a lower high here. So which points to the fact that price might most likely retrace and come down for these lows here. So we might see a bullish move into the new week first and a move to sweep these lows. So that's, so if we look at what price has done, if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, we'll notice that that bullish move has taken place. Then if we look at this from the daily time frame, we have this long lower wick that swept this low. So that points to the fact that we might see a reclaim of this bearish fair value gap here. We might see price reclaim this bearish fair value gap here. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, we have a change in the state of delivery here. That means that this down move has been overtaken by this bullish move. So on the 1-hour time frame going into tomorrow, you're just waiting for a retracement and a possible continuation to the upside. That's what you'll be waiting for tomorrow. You'll be waiting for a retracement and a possible continuation to the upside. If you notice, 19,619 price didn't close below it. So that points to the fact that price may be coming deeper into this range, and if possible, might be challenging this high here, going into Asia and London session tomorrow. So the next pair we're going to be looking at is the dollar index. I believe everybody knows what the dollar index is, so I don't need to do any explanations on it. So looking at the dollar index, we're going to look at what our forecast was for the dollar index to this area here. That is between 84.93 to 85.02. So that's probably going to be the draw on liquidity for price this week. That's this volume imbalance here. So that would mean going into this new week, we're going to be seeing euro strength and possibly pound weakness. The next one we're going to be looking at is US 100. This and come down for this weekly person down to the daily points to the fact that we might see a bit of a retracement before a continuation back to the upside. So for this pair, you'll be watching, the most important level is you'll be watching this last down close candle here. This last down close candle. It should serve as a kind of support to price, to send price first 106.31 before these equal highs here. So that's what we have on price going forward. So we might see. So if we look at what the dollar index has done, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. That's the daily. Let's look at it from the daily. Notice that last down candle here. Said there will be a move down, and you can notice there's a sharp retracement up. So what this points to the fact is that we might be seeing higher moves tomorrow. So going into the 4-hour time frame, the possibility exists. The possibility exists that we might see a bit of a retracement. We might see a bit of a retracement on this pair before a continuation to the upside. So most likely, the pair is going to go for 106.13. Then this high at 106.31 before 106.50. So these are the levels we'll be expecting to see price. So going into London, Asia and London tomorrow, we might see bullish strength on the US dollar. So you might see a retracement first before a continuation to the upside. For this pair is still bullish. So if we have a bullish dollar index, that means that we're going to experience bearish move on the Euro USD. But we need to be aware that we are having CPI tomorrow on the Euro zone, and the Euro GBP is in a short-term bullish move. So what that might mean is that you might have a tough time trying to sell the euro against the dollar. So you need to bear that in mind. So if we start from the daily on this pair, and see we have a long upper wick. So going into tomorrow, you might see a really bit of retracement because you see where price is. Price is within this very bullish fair value gap, and we have a body close above 07161. So price may try to retrace to the upside before a continuation back to the downside. So that's what we have on this pair. So this pair might bounce up going into Asia and London before moving back to the downside. So that's what we have on this pair. This pair is long-term bearish, where we might see short-term bullish move before a move back to the downside. So if we go, the next one we're going to be looking at is the GBPUSD. If we look at the GBPUSD, we start off from the daily. Since we have a bullish dollar index, this pair most likely is going to be bearish. As you can see, price rallied into this area and there was a massive rejection. So we have a long upper wick on this pair. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, the possibility exists that this might still retrace a bit before moving back to the downside, because that's how most times when you have a long upper wick like this, you're going to have price, because a long upper wick is an imbalance. So as you can see, you're going to have price retrace a bit into it before going back to the downside. So the next pair we're going to be looking at is gold. So looking at gold, gold is in a range for now. I was anticipating that it would take off bullish, but the move was not as strong as I anticipated. But this pair still has the potential to move to the upside. What we had today was a consolidation. What we just had today, as you can see, wicks to the upside, wicks to the downside. So this pair for now is in a consolidation, and you need to be aware of that. So what you'll be waiting for this pair is liquidity sweep to be on the safe side. Maybe to sweep probably these lows and then continue to the upside, because I still believe this pair might still rally to the upside. What is going to change that is if we get a 1-hour body close below 23.18. So what do I mean? If we have something like this and a retracement, then we are going to be looking at a short-term bearish move on this pair. But for now, this pair has the potential to do this and continue to the upside. So that's what we have on gold. So the next pair we're going to be looking at is the pound yen. Just like I highlighted today, I said this pair is clearly bullish. And as you can see, let's look at what I highlighted on this pair today. Let's see. Looking at is gold. So before we look, so the next pair we're going to be looking at is the pound yen. This pair basically is bullish. One of the major reasons why this pair is bullish is that the Japanese yen is not interesting for investors at the moment. Zero spread, zero interest rate, and nothing so buoyant about the economy. So any move down on this pair is going to be an opportunity for a continuation to the upside. And like I said last week, this pair is going for 203.88, most likely this week. If you notice, this other block here, price rejected from it and closed back to the upside. So most likely price is going to go for the previous week's high first at 203.59, 203.88, and 204.23. As being conservative going into this new week. This pair is bullish. Any retracement on it that does not go below 202.43 is going to be a continuation to the upside. And if you notice, I pointed out something last week. This is a doji and it served as a master candle. A master candle is a candle that has a minimum of 4 candles within its body. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before the break. So, and like I said, this range, once there's a breakout, most times you're going to see a retracement, and the move is going to be most times the full body of this range. So if we look at this, if I pull back my annotations and look at this, if we pick this low to this high and we project it, okay, let me pause this, go back to the lecture. If you can see the projection, price has gotten to that level. And you can see clean. This was my projection. I was saying price will get. You can see price has gotten to 204.57. This pair is still bullish. The next target on this pair is going to be 204.76, then 205.51. That's going to be the next move on this pair. This pair for now is still bullish. Then the last but not the least is the euro yen. This pair also is bullish. This pair also is bullish. As if you notice, there was a break, a retracement. So this pair most likely is going to take out 173.67 before going for 174.38. So that's what we have tomorrow. So far, so good. Our forecast has been playing out. So what is going to change the bullish move on this pair is if we get a close below 173.04. So if you have any questions, is there any pair you would want me to look at, or you have any questions, you can just type it into the chat box and I'll be glad to answer it before. If I don't get any, then we might be ending the class. The video will be uploaded to the groups, to the classes, to the Trading Pros YouTube channel. The link will be posted in the group, so you might also go there and watch it. Somebody is saying USD card. Let me see USD card, USD card, USD card. It's a pair I don't trade, so it will be a not traded. Let me see USD card. I have this pair. Okay, let me add it. It's not here. Is it? If we look at this pair, let's start from the monthly because we're in a new month. This pair might still turn. The new last month had a long upper week. So this might be a retracement into this week to move lower. We can't see for now on the monthly. But if we go to the weekly, we have a spike below this. No, we have equal lows here. We have equal lows here. And that means that on the weekly, if you notice, price has already swept previous week's high. And we have this level and this level here. So on the weekly, this long lower week, this might extend towards 137.66. If we go down to the daily time frame, the daily has closed bullish. This pair is going to get to 37.66. This is a bullish engulfing. You're going to have a retracement. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. You're going to have a retracement. The body close is not so strong above this high, but there's a body close. So you might have a steep retracement before price goes for 1.3779. So that's what we have on UCAD. That's what we have on UCAD. You're going to see a steep retracement due to the way this body close is. due to the way this body closes. So you might see a steep retracement before price will go for 1.3767, 1.3779 before 1.3791. So in the absence of any other pair, in the absence of any other question, I think we're going to call it a night. So for those of you, the video will be posted to the YouTube channel, the company's YouTube channel. You can check the link in your Telegram, your WhatsApp group. It will be posted there. So you can go there, watch it, and use it as a reference for those that might trade Asia and London session. So I wish everybody a beautiful night's sleep and a lovely trading day ahead. So good night, everybody.